Hey guys, so I wanted to just quickly come on to do a bit of an overview on the debate essay. A lot of people had asked questions about how to structure the debate essay for those who want to do it or those who are doing it. So I wanted to just kind of explain what the essay is about, even though the directions do explain it, but sometimes it could be helpful to hear it from a person. So basically this debate essay is you are not taking one side or the other from the beginning of the debate. You are kind of just exploring what the debate topic is. It's as if, let's say you're doing the Mongols, whether or not the Mongols whether the Mongols were more helpful or more harmful to the places they conquered. It's as if you're talking to a friend who has never heard much about the Mongols and didn't know that this was a topic of debate. And you say, oh yeah, a lot of people disagree, about whether the Mongols were more helpful or more harmful. And then you're kind of just explaining to that person, to that reader, what those two sides are. So on the one side, on the affirmative side, some people believe the Mongols were more helpful to the places they conquered, more beneficial, and then you just explain three arguments that support that position. One argument that those on this side would make is, and then you give the argument. Those who support the Mongols and believe they were beneficial might also argue that, and then you give the arguments for that. For each argument, you need three arguments for the affirmative side, then you switch to the negative side. On the other hand, there are many people who feel that the Mongols really were very harmful to the places that they conquered. One reason that they feel this way is that, and then you give another argument. In terms of citing the sources, you just have to say it the way you would say it in a debate. You should start by just making the point of the argument. Some people would argue that the Mongols were more harmful because, in addition to conquering and killing, they also led to the spread of disease, right? That would be your point, and then you could follow that up with an example. With a source. According to what such and such author, such and such article, and then you can give a quote and you can explain it and show how that supports that side of the argument. You could do that for both sides. You need three arguments on each side, and you need three sources to support each side. Now, there are plenty of materials I've given you that can give you more than enough sources to cite quotes and things like that. You really don't need to go out and do additional research, and I've posted most of them under the assignment for the debate essay. So the worksheets that I've given, like the Mongols, impact of the Mongol invasions, here come the Mongols, all have a bunch of little quotes in there in those boxes, and under it says the source. That's what you're citing. You don't cite Mr. Casey's worksheet. You don't cite here come the Mongols, which is what I titled the head of the worksheet, but you cite those individual boxes. And then the rebuttal part is very short. You really want to spend most of your time on the construction, but the rebuttal part is where you will so for the first rebuttal, it's the affirmative rebuttal. You take one of the arguments you presented for the negative side and you criticize it. Remember, you are outside of all of this. You're not really saying I'm one or the other. You're just presenting it as these are the two positions. So after you've given the three negative arguments for the construction, you'll say, now I know that those who argue against the Mongols will say that they spread disease, and that can be considered a bad thing. But, and then try to spin it as a positive. Bless you. And then the next paragraph, it only needs to be a few sentences, the same way rebuttals are shorter than construction in actual debate. Okay, bless you. So same thing for the negative rebuttal, you take one of the arguments you made for the affirmative and you criticize that. And then in the conclusion, you just say, me personally, I feel the Mongols were more beneficial than harmful. Or I feel they were more harmful than beneficial, and you say why. And you don't have to make new arguments. You can just bring back the arguments you've already mentioned and say, I think these are really the strongest arguments here, and that's why I feel this way. And in the intro, you're just kind of explaining the context to the person. The Mongols were this group, they conquered, they had a big empire. So, and you don't have to do the Mongols, that's just an example. You also have the option of doing whether or not Columbus should be celebrated, and you have the option of doing the topic on the slave trade. So I hope that clarifies a bit about how to do this essay. Feel free to reach out to me here or by email if you have any questions, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hi. Did you buy